right, today we're diving into something really different, an educational model that actually mixes cinematic storytelling with your study guides. It's called DUVORO, and we're about to break down exactly how this pretty unique ecosystem works.
So, what is DUVORO? You look at the name, you look at the logo, and it's got this clean, almost futuristic vibe to it, right? And that is completely on purpose. Because, as you're about to see, their entire approach is about blending modern creativity with really effective learning. But what does that actually mean in practice?
You see this, and it seems simple enough. Welcome. But this is so much more than just a tagline. DUVORO is really positioning itself as a whole destination for learning. And we're about to get a look at what the journey inside feels like for a very specific group of students.
Okay, let's get specific. We're zeroing in on the journey for this year's Class 10 students who are known as batch #PROBOL27. Their path through the whole DUVORO system kicks off on March 15th, and it's all built on one core idea.
And that idea is right here, summed up in this one word, ecosystem. This is so key. DUVORO isn't just a school. It's not just a set of online courses. It's designed to be a totally interconnected environment where creative arts and academics actually fuel each other. But how on earth do you structure something like that?
Well, an ecosystem like this gets its power from three main pillars. Each one has its own job, but they're all designed to work together to create the final experience for the student. Let's break them down. So here's the blueprint. You've got DUVORO Studios, which handles all the creative stuff, the animation, the storytelling. Then there's the Academy, which is all about the core educational content. And finally, you have DUVORO Songs, providing that whole audio layer. So just imagine learning a really complex topic, not just from a book, but through a visually stunning story made by the studios with its own custom soundtrack from the Songs division. I mean, that's the fusion they are going for.
So to put it simply, storytelling, smarter studying, and the soundtrack. And here's a little interesting fact for you. The Songs division was actually its own separate thing before, called Past Signal Music. Bringing it into the fold just goes to show how deliberately DUVORO is building out this single, unified world for learning.
So that's the big picture, the structure. But how does this all translate into an actual learning journey? You know, what does a student using DUVORO really get that helps them study smarter? This is where it all gets super practical. For every single chapter you study, you don't just get a textbook page, you get what DUVORO calls a powerful toolkit, a whole set of resources made to appeal to different ways of learning. And that toolkit basically has three parts. First, you start with the foundation, the written notes. Then, to really let it sink in, you get listening notes for a quick audio revision. And finally, you've got practice material to make sure you actually know your stuff. The whole idea is learn it, review it easily, and then test yourself to make sure it's locked in.
And let's just focus on those listening notes for a second. Each one is only 15 minutes long. 15! That means you could revise an entire chapter on your way to school or just during a short break. It's a perfect example of their whole study smarter, not harder philosophy in action.
Okay, so we've seen the structure, and we've seen the tools. But what's the why? What's the core philosophy that's driving all of this? What's the mission that ties the creative side and the educational side together?
And here it is. This is the heart of it. The core mission is to blend those awesome, cinematic, futuristic visuals from the studios with simple, crystal clear explanations from the Academy. The goal isn't just to make learning powerful, but to make it genuinely inspiring.
And that brings us right back to that initial invitation for batch PROBOL27. It's not just a welcome, is it? It's a call to action. It's a call to begin a journey together, using this entire ecosystem as their guide. So the stage is set. The ecosystem, the tools, the philosophy, it's all in place for #PROBOL27. Their journey is about to start. It's a really cool experiment in mixing art and academics, which leaves us with one final question. Are you ready?